Hey guys, Martin here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to jump into the new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History that came out today and get all of the missions done in one run. There's one mission for using 3 uncontrollable power characters and one for using 3 giant ape power characters. So we're using a combination of all of those here together. We've got technically the Super Saiyan 3 Gokus and the Wrathful Broly as our giant 8 power character, even though I think they're actually all on uncontrollable power anyway. And then obviously with the Brolys. The good thing about Infinite Dragon Ball History is it is basically like some free stones, right? Even if you're a newer player, the stage isn't super hard. So it gives us the chance to use some characters that we haven't used for a while. Haven't really used the double int Broly team in any actual difficult events for quite some time. Obviously AGL Broly is a character that doesn't really see a lot of use anymore due to his how he's aged in the meta. So I thought this would be kind of fun. There is a mission to do this in 13 turns as well. So obviously we are going to go for doing all of the missions in one go here. I'm not going to transform this Tech Broly. I don't know how many phases there are, but this obviously the new stage, the new Frieza army. So obviously we're starting off here with Sorbet. I guess we're going to probably run through Tagoma, Sashimi. Will Broly be part of it? I don't know. Because if we're going through like the units in Dragon Ball Super Broly, maybe one of the stages will be like Paragus and Broly, maybe? I don't know. I haven't looked into any of it beforehand, but like I say, obviously we don't ever expect these stages to be particularly difficult, so I think we should be all good here. I mean, we might as well go ahead and use the domain, I guess, because we do have double Brolys, so we get to use them, and we can basically back-to-back use them and potentially be in the domain for the whole event, depending on how long it's actually going to go for. But activate the domain here, and then buff everybody on the rotation. Grab those for you. Broly gets tons of key in the middle slot anyway. Grab all the AGL orbs for Goku. But yeah, Infinite Dragon Ball History now has basically become one of those events, essentially like Boss Rush, where I feel like people don't really look forward to a new stage of this being added because it's something that is like, oh, I can't wait to play a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History. But I say that, but like again, you can like get some use out of some older units, which can be kind of fun. Some characters you haven't used for a while. But obviously, you know, with there being the category missions, it kind of makes you use some different teams, which is pretty good. But yeah, I don't imagine there's a lot of people who, you know, just overly enjoy the gameplay aspect of Infinite Dragon Ball History, I guess I should say, and it's more so like Boss Rush, where, you know, oh, it's like a new event that's dropped that I can just jump into and get some free stones. Because I mean, with any sort of like even reasonably strong team, like this shouldn't take much in the way of effort here. I mean, Broly getting supered in slot 1 here gives him the extra buff. Obviously, Infinite Dragon Ball History, when it first came out, was like a longer form event, but it's kind of one of those things where, like Super Battle Road and stuff like that, it's never really escalated in difficulty, especially as they started adding in, like, you know, the higher leader skills, like Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road. I feel like I've said before in older videos, like, was never really attuned to the release of like 200% leads. And ever since then, I feel like the stages have been way easier than they were back in the day. And Infinite Dragon Ball History, I feel like, is kind of the same thing, right? Where we just get these new stages every now and then, fits the theme of the celebration they release in, and they're basically just here for you to get some extra stones, which, you know, is a good thing at the end of the day. But yeah, so we got Chilai into Paragus, so should be pretty straightforward. So I'm assuming we will fight a Broly as well. The Super Saiyan 3, I thought I'd bring the STR Golden Great Ape Super Saiyan 3 Goku, since it's one of the very few events that he's not banned from. So I figured if we can use him in this event, we might as well go ahead and do so, right? And yeah, he's here just giving that little bit of support to the team. And then yeah, AGL Broly actually getting to attack. AGL Broly's animations are still super good. crazy to think that he'll get an easy A with like in just over a year, right? The 12th anniversary. Him, Beast Gohan, Physical Gogeta, and the Gammas will get easy A's, which is crazy. Obviously, the anniversary coming up in a couple of months, we'll see the 8 years, which I'm really looking forward to the Boo Duo easy A. I think they were a unit that when they came out, I was a huge fan of them, like aesthetically. Like I love Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3. So having Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku together was super cool. But obviously, like they just aged very quickly because all they did was stack. They were just stackers in a meta that didn't really favor like just stackers, right? So it's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm looking forward to them potentially being a usable option again. So we've gone on from Paragus to the base Broly. I wonder if this means are we going to get like a couple of different forms of Broly and then maybe Golden Frieza as like the last boss, even though that's obviously not like, because they don't fight Frieza in the movie, but as the stage is the new Frieza army, I feel like it would be relatively fitting for the last stage to be Frieza, right? But yeah, obviously they had the Spirit Bomb standby that was super good and incredibly powerful. And then we have the GT Duo that obviously have the Revival Spirit Bomb standby. Like those two units are going to be super, super fun to use again. Actually now can't even remember who was the part 2. Oh, it was the AGL Goku and the Int Gohan. That's going to be interesting because that AGL Goku had like real potential. Like he was really good when he came out. So his Easy A could be really, really good as well. And then the Gohan was in that really unfortunate position where he was just like anti-hype. Like no one cared about that kid Gohan. I've said it before in the past. I know like Truth and Nano talked about it. Like it happened to me as well. So I've seen it firsthand. But it's just like any video about that Gohan or like with that Gohan in the title or the thumbnail just got way less views than any other video during that anniversary. Like no one cared about that Int Gohan. But in the right situations, he was really good. Like on Global, one of the toughest fights was still the physical Shenron in the Shadow Dragon event, the one that now has the boss rush stage. And like fully built up, he could tank his super for double-digit damage despite type disadvantage. And that was one of the hardest fights on Global at that time. But yeah, just for whatever reason, like nobody cared about that Gohan at all. So hopefully with a good Easy A, he will be fun to use again. But yeah, I think that AGL Goku definitely could be very, very good because he can be a solid tank that builds up. We need, like, the meta, with how difficult some of the events can be, more and more so than ever now, teams are needing, like, a really, really good, really strong slot 1 tank. And that's missing from some of the big teams. Like, even, like, the STR Blue Goku team, like, he does very much, like, rely on dodge. I mean, if I use Broly's domain, it buffs the enemy Broly, but we'll just use it anyway, because, you know, I haven't used this Broly for a while. Kind of fun to transform him and get him into the full power Broly. And then we can... Let's put you slot 1 as you are the tank. Use the Crush Paragus active skill. And then, yeah, I mean, the Tech Broly probably just kills him anyway. That's the thing with Infinite Dragon Ball history. Like I said, if we're using an actual strong team, like, the phases aren't going to last particularly long in terms of getting to show off all the different things that our units can do. But, you know, it's just a nice little easy, fun event. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which of the 8th anniversary Easy A's are you most looking forward to? I think the GT Duo, again, with their, like, Revive Spirit Bomb, have a potential to be really good, because again, as like power creepers advanced and we're getting these events that are a lot tougher, having that Revival Spirit Bomb will be super, super useful. I'm thinking about, like, you know, the Broly boss that just came out, where when he's fully built up, he's doing like insane damage even with his normals. Having the ability to have a revive unit that also then does a massive amount of damage, like on the revival turn, can be pretty useful. So no Frieza at the end, so I guess it was literally just, we're just fighting Frieza's army, the new Frieza army, but not Frieza. So I guess it is what it is. Yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy, ending off with the 3 stages of the LR Broly as the final phases, right? We fought the SSR. Actually, no, I think the SSR, the base Broly, was just the free-to-play int base Broly. And then it was the TUR and then the LR for the Wrathful Broly. But yeah, there you go. So Int Broly's team, uncontrollable power with 3 uncontrollable power characters, and then technically 3 uncontrollable characters as well, but that are also giant 8 power, to get all of the missions done here in one go. Obviously, I say this a lot when it comes to, also, I don't know why it's this one in particular, this mission thing takes ages to load. The game like proper freezes as it then goes to load the missions. This is the only bit of content we got, seemingly. There was no EZA announcements, nothing else in the data download. So until the new Red Zone stages come out on Monday, this is basically it. So obviously you could do a run with an uncontrollable power team and a run with a giant 8 power team if you wanted to spread out the content a little bit. I always just try and make a team that has both the requirements so we can do them all in one video. But, you know, there you go. You get a stone for beating the stage in general, and then you get 27 stones from all of the missions. So, you know, we'll take those as we now patiently wait for the release of the next Dokkan Fest. I've got a video coming out a little bit after this one, discussing some more ideas about what that could be. So do make sure you check that out and let me know your thoughts over in the comments as well. But yeah, everything to do with this mission screen for that Infinite Dragon Ball History stage was like super slow for some reason. But yeah, there we go. So there's all the missions done. Infinite Dragon Ball History, new stage, new Frieza army. Let me know what you guys think. What did you use? Did you casually like cruise through with a couple of different teams? Did you do the whole thing in one run with a crazy powerful team, just one shot every phase? Let me know what your guys' experience was with the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.